This is Smith Welding. I'm Adam Niffen. I'm your host. Stroll around the shop with us. Check out what we got in here today. It's always fun and interesting. Hey there, hi there, ho there. Adam Niffen, Smith Welding Restoration at the new digs. Look who we got here. Our little girl Scarlett made it. By the way, that's what the owners have named her. We start beating on that again soon. This was a job from hell. I got it shot and I had, I don't know, I can't even explain what the hell happened. You can see little dust particles. We'll buff them out in the morning. And the bad one was, I don't know if you can see it. I got a sag in the door. Yep, right there. I got a sag right there where my head's at, basically. So we'll buff that out. Well, wet sand buff it. This is actually a single stage acrylic enamel we did. And I was naughty. I painted it right where it fucking sat. This is one of those jobs that nothing worked out right, and we wound up doing it fucking twice. And this guy doesn't give a shit what it's painted with as long as it looks pretty. Though you want textbook and pretty and perfect and prim and proper. There you go. That's your base clear. I think I got a little peely over here. Right there, I got a little dry spray right there. So, fuck it. It's where we be. I'm out of airtime. It's ready to go back on here. We washed the car down, the interior got a good cleaning. We were charged to repair that rim, but for the agreed upon sum, we can't. We don't. That whole console comes out of there. I was hoping it was just a beauty ring. Nope. New bumper on, broken, set aside. We got a bag this far. I'm just shooting this little section right here. It's laying out right now. It's gonna need 2 more full wet coats. We're using a basic single stage black. The clear coat, everything was flaking and peeling, so we prepped it and did that. That's gonna be our quickest, best, easiest results for this application today. We got some inner fenders to put back in. Finished putting the grill assembly together, which is what Jeremy's working on right now. The hood is in the tent right now. I don't even really want to get into that subject. Alright, so here it is. Darren and Greg and everybody, you know, one case, the other primers. Yeah, you guys are right. And I knew you were right at the time. I said as much, but it did finally bite me in the ass hard enough that I don't want to get into the subject. So, we got customers, and I think you can call it mentorship right now, that are going to cause us to step up into that next level. We're doing away with the childish bullshit of bubblegum and duct tape. We paid our dues. Come on. Come a long ways in 2 years. I've paid my dues on that venue for sure. Oh, alright cats. I will check back in a little bit. Oh. So we've done the detail work. We got McGuire's product to polish up all this black. Really at this point I got to put the hood on it. And these 4 pieces, 2 on each side. Inside's been cleaned out. We wiped all the door jambs down. Now I'm not a master detailer, folks. It's probably something that we'll wind up getting farmed out on most of these cars for this customer. But he keeps them coming, so I'm going to make sure he's taken care of. Let's see. This is the bumper cover we installed here. The new one. We got a good color match. I'm very satisfied with that. We polished up the headlights. For the life of me and Jeremy, we struggled for a minute and just decided to polish them. We were going to clear coat them and didn't wind up doing it. This bumper's interesting. It gets taped off down here. I wiped that down with that product as well. Got the engine bay cleaned up. It was grimy as all heck. Got the roof cleaned up. Again, grimy as all heck. Let's see. Let's take a peekaboo into the tent. Let's see what we can see. There's a hood in there. It's coming out picture perfect. Coming out really well. Start to finish this Rendezvous. We had to wait till Wednesday to get parts. We troubleshot some mechanical issues. The brakes were out of it. This is going to be a quick one segment video. I'm going to edit it around and make it one quick shot to y'all. Now here's something about braking systems, and I want folks to pay special heed to this. You got a lot of guys that just throw a set of pads on. We're going outside where it's cooler. It's actually hotter in the shop now. So people will throw a pair of brake pads on and roll down the hill. They don't inspect the calipers, inspect the seals on the calipers. They don't inspect the pins that they glide on. This truck here, the brakes were in reasonable shape. They're in the last 20% of life. They'll last an easy driver at least 6 months before they squeak. No, an easy driver will probably last a year. Someone mashing them all the time will last them 6 months. The pin was seized up on one of the front calipers. That being said, we got it out of there. I had to heat the caliper and get the pin out of there, and basically just use a drill bit and not a drill bit, and squirt the brake clean down in there and just get it all cleaned out. Use caliper grease. That was the entirety of its problems. We've got a service station right behind us here, literally. So I had him look over everything else. I had a couple engine lights and whatnot. Basically, our troubleshooting initially, I refuse to be responsible for the service aspect of these vehicles. I'll take responsibility of getting it done, but I'm not going to be the responsible party. I did do service for a few years, and I liked it. I was good at it. But as with anything, my lazy ass is laying down. As with anything, if you don't use it, you lose it. So there's a lot of just basics it does that I overlook. So we got an ASE certified mechanic. We got a clean bill of health on the car. It cost me, I think, 4 hours pay for the part-timer and $30 to Jim over here. If you guys get a chance, if you're in the Johnston area, this dude's alright. He's fair, he's got a nice shop set up, he just works by himself and toodles along. And more importantly, he's not in a fucking hurry. You gotta watch out for those mechanics that are in a hurry. And again, that's how you end up with screwed up calipers. So we got that troubleshot, we got a clean bill of health from a certified tech. We move on. The hood on that thing had a little bit of rust on it. We played hell getting the emblem off. It's going to be a bitch getting it back on, and so forth and so on, yada yada. I don't know what the fuck happened. We got all the body work straightened out, got it in a sealer, and we're actually phasing out use of cheap materials. We're not doing that caliber of work anymore. We're not catering to that caliber of work anymore, so cheap sealers are straight out. $2Ks is the way to go. So anyhow, Jeremy misunderstood me. He put our cheap sealer on it. I wanted a build primer. There's very little exposed metal. The 2K build primer we got would work to seal it just fine, so long as we didn't break through anywhere. We got over that hiccup. I wanted to wipe it down to get it into high build because we had some mapping. I figured, fuck it, it's sealed, we'll high build it, we're good to go. I wiped it down with grease remover and it screwed up that cheap ass sealer. My fault. I'll own it. Anyhow, it took not all of, but a good chunk of 3 days to get that thing into clear coat. We're in clear coat now. The whole truck's ready to deliver. I've got, I'd say, a half hour of work on it before I can deliver it. That's it. But I've got at least 2.5 hours to wait for that clear coat to harden up enough to even touch it. So I don't know. I called the owner. He was expecting it today. I was expecting to deliver today. I expected to deliver it first thing this morning. And started off, here we go with cheap materials again. I was okay to keep our budgets down, use a lesser brand. The shit didn't cover. And then the shit had a reaction with the RM I put on it. Or perhaps that sealer beneath everything that gave me fits to begin with had a reaction. I don't know. I'm not going to venture to say at this point. So I spent most of my week on a fucking hood. Those type of situations don't arise very often. There's definitely some contaminants around our work areas. It's a new shop. We pressure wash everything down, but not like we needed to. In a perfect scenario, we come in with a 3,000 pound pressure washer, kill power, and run it floor to ceiling. Close this fucker up and crank the heat up as high as we can get it. We didn't have the time. We didn't have the luxury of time. We were still down for an entire week. No revenue. I think I got $2 left right now. Anyhow, Don will be happy, but we'll be a day late. I wanted to have it on time. I really did. We won't be late on the next one or thereafter. We're accountable for our deadlines. Restos is a whole other story. Restos take the time they take. I can't apologize for that. If I can keep work like this moving, I can hire another full-time guy. If I hire a full-time guy, it's going to be an old school dude. Like my buddy Jerry. Or who knows? I got a YouTuber out there whispering about getting out of where he's at. I think he'd be bored to tears in Iowa, though. Literally, you get in a car and driving in a direction for 5 minutes, you'll find corn stalks. I like it. Fuck, my family's been here since Iowa happened in this area, so there you go. I don't plan on going nowhere, but I don't think other folks east or west coast would like to come out here. It's flat and it's boring by most accounts. Alright, I'm gonna wrap it up. Get back to you in a bit. Can't even focus. Laying out good though. It's not laying out as perfect as the light's showing, but it's Since we isolated an area to paint in and I've been using it, it's made a world of difference, obviously. It's still laying out. It's still flowing a little bit. And there we go. That's the hood. It'll get a buff and a shine, and out the door you go.